This is a current trends case brief. The case is R v. Kearney, and it deals with self-induced provocation. The citation is R v. Kearney, 2013, SCC 55. Facts. Michael Kearney shot and killed his cousin's spouse, Steve Ferguson. Kearney was living with his cousin, who was Francis Rosenthal, at the time when Ferguson began drinking, which in turn led to him verbally abusing Francis. Kearney overheard Ferguson threatening Francis with, quote, "If it wasn't for your sore back, I'd be throwing you against the walls right now," unquote. Kearney left the room as per Ferguson's request, and during his leave decided to retrieve a loaded shotgun. In an attempt to deter future assaults on Francis, Kearney had decided to scare Ferguson with the loaded firearm. When Kearney confronted Ferguson, he responded with, quote, "What are you going to do, shoot me? You don't have the guts to shoot me," unquote. Ferguson then left the apartment, and when Kearney called for him to, quote, "Get back here," unquote, Ferguson answered with, quote, "F you goof. This is none of your business. I'll do with Francis whatever I want," unquote. Kearney then followed Ferguson into the stairwell, where he shot Ferguson, resulting in his death. The issue of this case is as follows. Did Kearney lack the necessary intention to be guilty of murder, and did Ferguson's words and actions provoke him? The decision of the Supreme Court of Canada acquitted Kearney of the second-degree murder charges, but convicted him of manslaughter. Rationale. The Crown objected to the defense of provocation claim going to the jury, stating that the defense had no error in the reality of the circumstances. The Court of Appeal reviewed the test for provocation, which includes the objective element, that the act or insult was of strong enough nature to deprive an ordinary person of their self-control, and the subjective element, that it actually affected the accused in such a manner that he was deprived of his self-control. The court concluded that neither the subjective nor the objective element of the test was met. Kearney had not acted suddenly, and although he was angry at Ferguson, shooting Ferguson was not committed in the heat of uncontrollable passion, in the court's view. Due to neither element being met, the trial judge left the defense of the provocation to jury. The jury then acquitted the accused of murder, but not manslaughter, and thus a new trial was issued where he would be convicted of manslaughter. Analysis. Although the defense of provocation is widely used as a defense against murder, for the claim to be relevant, the situation and its context must convince the jury that an ordinary person in the accused position would have acted in the same way he did, including initiating confrontation at gunpoint. Unfortunately for Kearney, the jury did not believe that an ordinary individual in his position would have lost their self-control and proceed the way that he did. However, some elements of the situation suggest that Kearney may have lost some of his self-control, leading to an impulsive decision to shoot Ferguson in the stairwell. This led to the jury rule that he was acquitted of his murder charges, but should now be tried for manslaughter, which he was found guilty. Survey question. Do you agree with the jury's decision to acquit Kearney of second-degree murder charges? Please use one of the options below to respond.